What is good, everybody? Happy fucking Thursday, guys. So, hope everybody's off to a good start to their day, having a good week, crushing your guys' goals. I got some good news to share. We hit a hat trick yesterday. My first hat trick in the fucking business ever.
Nice.
So, what a hat trick in real estate is you get a contract, a new contract, you get a deal assigned, and you close a deal. So
Nice.
we closed two deals yesterday, 5K a piece. One was like 5,200. One was an EMD return, and then I got a deal assigned yesterday for 10 more K. That was in Toledo, Ohio, JV. I don't know if that one was Newleey. I don't think that one was Newleey. I think that one was cold callers from the JV partner. And then we got a fucking contract locked up. So literally every angle we got fucking something going on in the business yesterday. So it was a good day. Jordan, where you at today, bro?
Beast mode, brother. I'm just out here trying to grow up to be you, bro. Nah, I'm playing. I got one deal locked in yesterday as well. Off the live, unfortunately, but that was a newly
Still
lead.
counts.
I got that lead warmed up last week and got him locked in. He was worried about the attorney and the language that allowed us to list the property, so I had to edit the contract a little bit and take that out. It'll just be a straight cash deal, but should be a good little 10K pop. And we should be getting one assignment in Birmingham today, a little $2,500 rip, and manifesting that we get another deal assigned as well today, and that'll be a big, fat, amazing deal. So we'll update you guys tomorrow after we get that assigned today, and we'll share the news.
Hell yeah. Now, question on that $2,500 rip,
Mm-hmm.
will you be going for a price reduction, the seller?
That's a good question. And I'm getting the $2,500 rip because I got a price reduction. I think the original contract price was $60K. Seller owes about $54,000 on their mortgage, and I got an offer on the table at $58,500. So reduced him down to
Can't do anything.
56. We're gonna take the small spread, pay off his mortgage. He's kind of in a messed up situation. So this is this is kind of one of those deals where it's less about increasing our bank account, more about completing a transaction and helping a distressed seller out of his situation, So
I love it.
getting paid a small fee to help somebody out of the muck.
Never a bad day when you do that.
Nah, never.
And it could be worse. You could be making no money on it. So let's
True.
go.
True. Yes, sir.
Let's go. Nelson, how you living today, bro?
I am living great, brothers. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm always doing multiple things at once because in life, if you just do one thing all the time and that's all you can focus on, you'll never get anywhere, I think. No, life is going great, man. We are doing deals with everybody and anybody. We're working on a webinar that's going to be coming up with me and Joey, and I'm excited, man. Things are moving in the right direction. Me and Joey are going to be seeing each other in town coming up in a few months, so life is great right now. Actually, I had a water heater blow out on my tenant the other day in my rental, so that sucks. But outside of that, life's great right now.
There ain't no sucking in life. It's just a par for the course, bro.
There
Especially
you
when
go.
you're doing rentals. That's what
There
it
you
is.
go. You want to get in this game, you know what Denzel says, if you want to play in the rain, you got to deal with the mud too. So that's what happens.
Hey, that's wise. That's wisdom, bro. From Mr.
That's big wisdom
Denzel.
right there.
That's the equalizer.
My brother JP said, "Was good. Do you need a killer? Let me know." We always looking for killers, bro. Yo, JP saved the deal for me last September, bro. He literally had to strong arm the buyer at title at the closing table who was trying to backdoor me.
Oh,
Fucking
God.
crazy. But when you
He
got
wasn't playing around.
Nah, he was not fucking around, bro. When you got good people around you that are actually down to fucking go to bat for you, that's when things get done. Because that was a 10K fee. We almost lost the whole thing.
There you go.
Thank God we closed it. Now it's time for me to close this person.
Forgot about this kid.
Good morning. Really, without me.
All right, we are on it today. All right, it's just me and the old Joey.
Spencer Merrick here.
All right. Have I been adding these or not? I was gonna say, where are they at? All right. Let's see. All right, you want me to drop you something?
Yes, sir.
You want to play with some of the AI leads?
Bro, let's have some fun. I got this guy in Terre Haute, Indiana. Let me call him because he just
Terre
called
Haute.
me.
Go
Terre
for it.
Haute?
Terre Haute.
Terre Haute.
Terre Haute.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
That's the local way of saying it, Terre Haute?
Terre Haute.
Terre Haute. So that's what I got. If this guy curses me out for saying Terre Haute,
It's on me.
it's on Nelson, guys.
There you go. It's on me.
Is that how you say it, though?
I'm 100%.
Uh-oh.
Terre Haute.
Put in the comments if you guys think Nelson's trying to set the boy up right now.
I would never do that to you.
What the fuck? You answer and you hang up? No, we ain't playing that game today. Jesus. I send them over.
Let's find it. I swore I've already added most of this stuff in here. Why is it not going in? Trying to get all my ads going so we can be running all of them.
So Mike, hey. All right.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying.
Hey, Peyton.
Who is this?
This is Joey. I believe you were texting Mary about your property in Kingsport.
Yeah.
Asking you what?
Yeah. For what's going on?
You're looking to sell that one right now?
I'm not looking to sell, but I get about 10 phone calls a day about this place. And people want to buy, I'll do a number, and I do go on about my day.
All right.
Got it. But you're not like actively looking to sell. It's just if you got a good number.
It's a duplex. I've been happy to rent it out. Right now, I don't even live in the stage of being in a position to close the deal. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I mean, I think you said you're looking for around 170 for it. Is that correct?
Yeah.
170. Okay. And does it need like a lot of work or?
Not that I'm aware of. So, I mean, I do have some things on my to-do list for the property. I need to get I have mini split heating, cooling. I need to get that stuff checked out. But like I said, I don't live in the state, so it's not really a priority.
Got it.
Right now.
Understood.
So I bought it. It was just recently done. I bought it immediately bring it to head out. I lived in the other half of it.
Got it. No, that makes sense. Is it something where if we could agree on numbers, we could get the process started today on it?
Sure. Well, like I said, it's as you know, it's a property in East Tennessee. I live in Colorado, so I kind of just a yeah. I mean, if we could figure something out, sure, maybe.
Okay.
I don't need to. It's not like I want to get rid of it, but if somebody wants to buy it, I'll sell it.
I got you. Okay, and in terms of if you're in Colorado, that's not an issue. We could do a mobile closing, so you don't even have to go back here if you don't want, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I've got, I guess I've got a tenant in it now, and I've got, I have stuff there. It was my primary residence. So the unit that I was in, I left stuff in there, because I plan on going back home just later this year.
Got it. Okay, understood. And are you the only one on the deed, or is there anyone else who would have to be here for a call like this? Just you. Okay, perfect. So really quick, the way that my process works, I'm just going to ask some questions about the property, then I'll get you an offer on this call. If the offer makes sense for you, I'll send you over a purchase agreement. We'll go over everything together. As long as you're good with everything on that agreement, we would sign it, send it over to title. They'll protect you as the seller, us as the buyers. And then we would just pick a closing date of your choosing to receive the money. And title would be sending that via wire transfer or certified check, whichever's easier. That sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about how's the structure and foundation of it right now? How's the structure and the foundation of it right now?
I can tell you it was a single family home built in the 80s and in the early 2010s. A couple bought it and they converted it into a two-story duplex. Each unit's 2 bedrooms, 1 bathrooms. Around, I think the lower unit is like 850 square feet. The upper one is closer to 1,000. It's like 950 maybe.
Okay.
It's a solid. It's a slab foundation. Like I said, mini split heating, cooling. I bought the property in 2020 or 2021. The roof, the inspector told me the roof had about 15 years left on it, so it's probably got 9 or 10 years on the roof.
Do you know the age of it exactly though?
The age of the what?
Roof.
Of the roof?
Yes.
I have no clue. He told me 15 years was his guess when I bought the place, is how long I had left.
Okay. And then for the mini split units and the HVAC system, I guess, was that all done when they did the addition?
It was, but the equipment works. It's just really old equipment. I don't believe it's very efficient, and so it was on my list to have it replaced when I moved home.
Okay. Do you know how old it might be? Like the 80s, probably?
I have no clue how old it is. I know I had a repair done for a leak, and the guy was like, "Dude, I don't even know how this stuff still works." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "This stuff doesn't." He just didn't know the brand. Basically, he was like, "I've never heard of this brand," so I guess he just wasn't too confident in it, and I knew it wasn't very efficient. So I just wanted to have it replaced with like a solid brand like Mitsubishi or a good name split brand.
Okay. And then do you know how the electrical and plumbing is when they did the addition? Did they like rewire the house, replumb the house?
Yeah, so they replumbed the house in they replumbed the house in PEX, and the electrical I'm not sure about. I'm sure it had to have been redone because each unit has its own main.
Got it. What year was that done in? You said 2018?
I think in the early 2010s. I think I'd have to look again, but I know it was purchased in like 2012 or 2014, and that's when all the work was done.
So give or take, probably 2012.
Yeah, I'd have to look at the purchase history and see. It was redone, and then it was bought. It was redone in the early 2010s, and it was bought by a couple, I think, in 2016, and then they ended up moving out of state, and then they sold it to me in 2020, 2021.
Got it. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. And is it public water and sewer there?
It is public water with a septic tank.
How old is that septic system?
The septic system, I'm not sure, but I had it recently. I had it serviced last year before I moved to Colorado. I had it on service in 2023, 2024.
Okay. And then
I'm not sure how old it is.
no, that's fine. Okay. Okay. And then on the inside, is it like cosmetic stuff we'd still have to do to the other unit? Or is it literally just that mini split that needs to get done like it rented out?
Yeah, no, the interior's fine. They put the company that did the addition put new flooring in, new appliances and all of that. The downstairs, because it is a single family home, it was a single thing. I think the downstairs was the basement, of course. It is concrete walls, so like cinder block walls. So the walls will be a little bit thicker downstairs, but it's all sheetrock, and then upstairs the walls are like wood paneling.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But windows are new, doors are new. The only thing that was on my list, like I said, was the heat and cooling, was all the HVAC stuff.
No,
And that's each unit has their own upstairs. Upstairs, downstairs has their own, mini splits.
got it. Okay. And then the rent that you're getting, is that market rent or is that a little bit under, would you say?
I would, so 745 is where I'm at now. I rented to a family friend, so it's a little bit low. I think if I rented it out, I'd like to be around 850 for it.
Okay. Is he on a month to month or he's on an annual lease?
Yeah, so he's on a month. So he started off on an annual lease, and then he's been there since because I bought it November 2020, I think, and he moved in February of 21. He's been there since. So it's gradually went up over the years, but it's just he just pays month to month. I mean, I'm close with the guy. He kind of takes care of the place too. So that's a little bit under.
Is there
I would say.
Is there a way he could be out by closing?
Say again?
Is there a way if we did like a 30 to 60, probably like a 60-day close, let's call it, we could get him out by closing? Or he would pay a little bit like closer to market rent? Do you think that'd be possible?
I don't know. I'd have to talk to him. I haven't gotten that far with anybody, so I've never brought the conversation up to him.
That makes sense. No, I get it. Yeah, because I mean, I think 745 is a little bit low. I think the market rent over there is like you're saying about $800-900 a month.
Yep.
So if we could get him closer to that, then I think that would help too, obviously.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you go for that, but like I said, I've never gotten it this far with anybody.
Got it.
Never talked about it.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. And in terms of time frame, would like 30, 60 days be enough time for you to get everything situated to close this, or would you need some more time, do you think?
I don't know. I'd have to think about that too. I'm planning on going back home in October. But I've got a vacation at the end of the month. Let's see. Yeah, I think 60 days would probably be. Yeah, I think 60 days would probably be fine.
Okay.
If we could agree.
As long as we can figure, I think we just got to work on the numbers, make sure we could agree on a number, and we could do this in about 60 days. And if you need more time, if you need a little bit more time to get stuff out, I'm willing to work with your time frame. It's not usually not a rush on our end. It's more just if you need to get it done quick, then we'll have to work with that.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Perfect. And then I guess is the only reason you would sell just kind of because it's out of state, or I guess what's going on with that?
Yeah, I mean, I when I plan on, like I just said, moving back home in October, so 6 more months ish, 5 more months, just about. And I'm just planning on living there. But I mean, I'm not opposed to selling the place and just buying a single family home and just for myself. But I mean, it's a nice property. I know it's passive income, but just sometimes I just don't want to deal with it, especially being out of the state. But I feel like I'd probably have a different thought on that if I lived there. So.
Understood. So you're definitely going to be moving back then.
Yeah, definitely moving back home.
Okay. And what's got you coming? Like, what got you out to Colorado? I guess I should say.
Oh, I took up a job. Yeah, so I've been out here about a year this month. Yeah, so just planning on moving back home.
Got it. So Kingsport, that's home for you.
Yeah, it is. I mean, if you want to know, my monthly rent. So I live in the Vail Valley. I'm not sure if you're from Colorado.
Yep.
It's one of the most expensive places to live in the country, and my monthly rent is $3,300. I just cannot.
Jesus.
I just can't. Yeah.
No, do you snowboard or ski or anything?
Not at all.
So it's not even worth you being out there then.
Well, I come out here to work, I need to come out here to fucking bike and ski. All those things are, readily available. A lot of people do it. Maybe I'll get into it, but I just come out here to work. So,
I got you. And what line of your business are you in?
Manage a warehouse.
Got you. Okay. So then you found another job back in Kingsport doing like more warehouse stuff?
No, I haven't, but I haven't even started to look. I just know that I just can't assist that. I just can't, I can't pay $3,300 a month for a two bath and save up.
Yeah, no, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money anywhere you go.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. No, that makes sense. Okay. And then with the 170, did you like see other homes sell for that number? I guess where'd you come up with that number?
I don't know. I know the area is really hard to find market value. It's really hard to find a comparable number for just a duplex in Kingsport. There's not really many of those.
Yes.
At least that I found it's not like a big commercial thing. So no, I don't know what the going rate is.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
Net's being like $12,000 a year, anything off of that. That's my number might be around $9,000, $10,000. So I mean, my mortgage is $300 on it. Like $350 a month. So it's definitely,
Okay.
it's definitely good passive income.
100%. Okay. And if you don't sell this, are you going to get the other side rented out? Is that like the plan right now?
Well, I left the other side vacant because I never knew. I knew I'd have to go. I just didn't know if I changes and I stay in Colorado permanently, I would definitely rent out the other side just to double my income. But when I moved back home, I just plan on living in that side until we either sold it or got rented out to buy a single family home. But no, my plan is to live in the other half again when I move back home.
Okay. Oh, that makes sense.
Eventually, towards the goal of buying just a place for myself. So.
Okay. No, I get it. Okay. So let me just give me about a minute. I'm just gonna run some numbers really quick. I just really gotta look at the rents more than anything and then what it would kind of appraise for. And then I'll tell you exactly where we could be for an offer.
Yeah, well, if you, I really need to get back to work. I know I've been on the phone for about 20 minutes now. You just want to text me or shoot me an email. I'll call me back later. But I've got a meeting at 10:30. I've got to get to a stuff to do. So.
Okay, is there a time later today that we could schedule then so I could just give you the offer and we could get everything going if we agree?
I'm usually out of here around 4:30, 5 o'clock. That's the best that I can do.
Okay, so let's say, I guess like 5:30, that'd be good for you?
Sure.
Okay. I'll put it in the calendar for 5:30 and you're not Pacific time, right? You're like Mountain time?
Yes.
Okay, so I think you're only an hour behind me then. What is it? It's 10:20 for you right now?
Yes, 10:20.
Beautiful. So I'll give you a call 6:30 my time then.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. I appreciate your time today, Peyton.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. I think I'm gonna get a deal done with this one.
I was gonna say he sounds very reasonable.
He sounds extremely reasonable. And he's saying that he's like, yeah, I'm not really looking to sell, but I mean, I feel like he kind of is because like
he said he's moving. He's definitely moving away.
No, he's moving home. He said like back to Kingsport.
Okay.
But it seems like he's indecisive on that. Like he doesn't know if he wants to do that.
Yeah. What's the asking price?
He wants 170. There was a duplex that sold for 225. So I don't know if we're gonna sell it for 225. I think there was an investor that bought it, but I just think we gotta be lower. So I'm probably gonna try to get him around 140, 150. I think that's a pretty fair number.
Yeah, not too far off from where he wants to be.
Not at all, bro.
I put 2 in there for you. One of the bottom one, it actually looks like, so it said the asking price is $375. When you pull this up on Zillow, I didn't add the address. Hold on. Guess that could be important for you guys.
I can take that Dallas deal.
That's crazy.
Let's see. Hey, he picks his bed. He's got to lay in it.
I know, that's true.
Wait, hold on. Is it in?
Put it this way. No, put it this way. He already said the Dallas deal. When you Zillow the other one that's in Illinois, Z-Mate has it at 508. So we know that could be wrong, but Zillow has it at 508. Redfin has it at 420. It said asking price 375. So might be something. Might be worth a little, a look at for sure.
So the first one
25,000 in Dallas. That's a lot though.
That's the AI. So I don't know. That's just what the AI notes were. So I don't know if that's a real deal or anything.
There's no way he's asking 25K. Yeah, call him right now, bro. If he's asking 25K, you lock that shit up. You send it to me, and it'll be sold by this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm saying.
What I'm noticing is when I look through some of the notes on the AI, like some people will be like, I prefer to talk to a real person, not an AI. So sometimes I think they just say whatever because they know it's an AI person.
That makes sense.
But yeah, this Ingleside one, man, it looks like it's on the water out there. The property doesn't. There's some pictures on here. I'm imagining maybe since it's on the water, it's got a boat dock. It looks like it needs some work for sure on these pictures. But if it's got an ARV of 508 and they're at 375, you might be able to get them down a little bit and make something work there.
Work out a deal. You know what I always say, Nelson?
What is it?
It's either shit covered in gold or gold covered in shit, but we gonna find out. Same with
We're
Jordan
gonna
C's right
find
now.
out. There you go. I love it.
Hello. I'm away from my desk right now.
Gerald.
Let me see what that is. Is that Staten Point North?
Hello. I'm away from my
Hey, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this on Zillow. You know, of course, it just gives you item numbers, but I mean, it's all like 900s, 570s, 650s, 730, 716, just for what they're estimating. So, I think it might be some gold covered in silver. Who knows?
I like the gold covered in gold, you know.
Well, that's what you got. $25,000 in Dallas. So that's gold covered in gold if it's real.
That's facts. That's facts.
There we go. Wait, did I just add it twice now? God damn it. There we go. Okay.
Well, I did my part. I can't make the guy pick up the phone. Follow up with him. Lock it up for 350. Sell it for 400. Actually, that might be a good novation. If you lock it up at 350, you might be able to novate that thing at like 450.
Hello?
Hey, is this Juan?
Who's calling?
Hey, Juan, this is Jordan. How's it going?
Okay.
Good,
Go
good.
ahead.
Yes, sir. Just reaching out about your property on Birmingham Ave. You were speaking with somebody from my team recently.
No, I told them it was gone a long time ago.
You told them it was sold a long time ago?
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of Asian girls calling me, and sometimes I talk to them, or I don't know if they understand me, because they ask me, it sounds like they're reading off of a paper. Because they'll ask me, I'll say, look, this is what I do for a living. I buy and sell houses, and I fix and flip, and I do all this. And they'll say, yes, sir. And then they'll ask me, why do I want to sell the property? What makes me think I want to sell the property? It doesn't make no sense what they do. But anyways, Jordan, do you buy everywhere, or do you just buy in Dallas and Fort Worth?
Yeah, we are nationwide. I'll take a look at anything. Do you have another property you're looking to sell?
Yeah, there's one on 47th and Westwood, I think Boulevard. It's in Alejandra. What do we call this place over here? Louisiana. It's 950 square feet. People live in it right now, but they're going to be leaving at closing. And the lot is 9,353 square feet. I'm selling it for 30,000. That could be a tear down, or you can remodel it and do whatever you want with it. But at that price, it'd probably be better you knock it down and put a new house there if you guys build also. If not, you'd have to spend some money, fix it, and rent it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in that. Take a look at it. I appreciate you sending that over. I'll get it pulled up here. And
Okay.
we'll
If you have a WhatsApp, I can send you photos.
Okay.
Yeah, because I do have some. The house is kind of messed up, but for 30,000, what do you expect?
Right.
What's
Jordan,
good about
trying
it?
to give you the money.
The lot is big. I just sold one in Dallas for 72,000. It was only 6,000 square feet,
Oh, wow.
an empty lot. So, that's $42,000 more.
Don't mess up this layup
And no
from
house.
Newleey.
Okay. Okay.
And
Awesome.
then I think I have another house. Let me see, what was it? I have another one right now. It's in Dallas. It's 1415.
He's trying to get us banned.
They're trying to get us banned.
Keep the conversation private and don't you dare mess up these alley-oops.
155. That's a 3-bedroom, 2 baths. It's not that old. It's a 1984 build.
Okay. And sorry, what did you say the asking price was again? I apologize.
155.
155. Okay.
I have another one too. I just remembered. I have one in Jackson, Mississippi.
I just want to make sure I have.
If you're
You're asking 155,000 for the property in Dallas and 60K for the property in Jackson.
Let me just make sure I got. There's only one thing I'm slightly down because I remember. I have to memorize all it. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to. Oh, Jordan, I'm 100% blind. So my wife helps me. And then
Okay.
she went to the bed. I mean, just so you know, because a lot of times people, I'll be talking to you and I'll be talking to my wife, and my wife's not in front of me anymore. I just want to make sure it's Westwood. I just want to make sure it's Boulevard.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a wood frame house. It's for 30,000. There's people that live in it, believe it or not. And it's got like a tarp on the roof because it needs a repair. Obviously, water used to go in.
Buy every single house.
Yeah, people still live in it.
Okay.
Anna. Let me see. Oh, Anna, is 447 Westwood Boulevard? Yes, Jordan, that's it. This is not Jordan from here. This is another one. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, she said it's Westwood. Now, the other one is, the 446 immediately.
Okay.
But I don't want to sell them. I don't want to sell them as a package. I have to sell them individually.
Yeah. I think that's what I would be interested in doing as well, is just a separate purchase agreement for each property and closing on them individually. Now, are there any other decision makers who are on the deed for these properties, like your wife, or is it just you who is who can make the
All of
decision?
these properties, what I do here, Jordan, what I do is I buy the houses fix and step. So I don't fix because I don't. I'll just what I do is I wholesale them.
Okay.
I know. What do you drive? What do you drive?
Okay.
Is the 446 one? Yeah, we do get a lot of properties. I'm not fixing as many as I used to, because I lost my eyesight. So I'm a general contractor also, but I have people to help me. They work for me for many years. But now I think I'm gonna start doing more wholesaling than anything because I lost my eyesight.
This guy's blind, killing the
I
game.
don't have to because my wife knows how to do a lot of work in houses. She's rehab houses with me for over 30 years.
That's awesome.
We're not that young no more. I'm 67, so I gotta use my head now instead of my back.
Yeah, I hear you.
We do, Jordan. We do get a lot of. I do get quite a
Talk
bit
with
of,
him, Jordan. Be funny.
I'll keep if you send me.
He goes, yeah, I hear you. Your back is blown out. Sucks to be you.
Yeah, I have WhatsApp. I have access to WhatsApp for sure.
And this number?
Yep.
Okay. Well, when we hang up or before we hang up, say, hey, this is Jordan from wherever you're at. Where are you calling from?
I am located in Salt Lake City, Utah right now, sir.
Oh, okay. That's where the flying saucers and all that stuff is over, right?
The flying saucers. Not a whole lot of flying saucers, but a whole lot of Mormons. And
oh yeah.
No, I'm just playing. Utah's a great place. I wish I could see some flying saucers, though. That would be cool.
Well, good. I think there's a place in Colorado, but there's a place over there. I know that because I was listening to a documentary where there's some kind of ranch and they got a skinwalkers.
Yeah. Skinwalker Ranch. Yes, I've heard of that. I've never been there. I actually don't know if I would ever go there, but I have heard about it, and I've heard some crazy stories.
Yeah, and I know where all this comes from because I study the scriptures. But I was gonna say, yeah, but it's like underground. There's an energy under there, and they saw some big giant animals, and this guy shot a shotgun. It was a wolf, but it was huge. He said, and it didn't. No, it was a 30-06, and it didn't do nothing to him.
Wow, that's a big gun.
Yeah, you know what a 30-06 will do to a big animal.
Oh yeah, it'll blow a hole right in the side of that animal for sure. That's crazy.
Yeah, it didn't do nothing to him. They said that the wolf just kept staring at him, and he had silver eyes or something like that. So
wow,
but that's all diabolical stuff. That's not,
That's completely diabolical. I stay away from Skinwalker Ranch. One of my kids is actually obsessed with the idea of skinwalkers. And keeps him up at night sometimes. Actually, he'll come in and say that's what he's thinking about laying in bed, and I just think it's so funny. But maybe it's the energies. Maybe the Skinwalker energies are making their way over to my neighborhood.
Maybe, but if the scripture says, if the Almighty's with you, who can be against you? So that's the way we walk. Because I used to come to Mexico and used to preach a lot, and they had a lot of people. The cartels.
Jordan left the call. He couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah. But a lot of times they could be wanting money. I said, I'm not giving you my money. I said, you're gonna have to kill me here, because I do, I go in their houses and fix plumbing, and I do foundation, go in the houses, and if they go and do roofs, they think I'm gonna kill myself for me to give you money. No. And they say, well, this effing dude, get him out of here. He's crazy. Because they people don't expect for anybody to talk to them like that. But I'm very good under tension when you have weapons on me, because I used to be a leader on the southeast side of Chicago. I was a warlord, gangbanger. So, you don't, that doesn't go away. I don't do that no more, but that's it stays in you. When you ride a bike, you don't forget it.
Right.
In other words.
No, yeah,
so it stays with you. Yeah. Yeah. So those are the three. Yeah. If you're ready to deal with us, we're ready to deal.
Okay.
There's a lady that said she said, yeah, I want the property that's in Louisiana. Oh man, Jordan, people just talk.
Yeah, they do. They do.
And then you're over here. So I, whoever wants it will buy it. Whoever don't want it, okay, don't matter to me. There's always lots of clients and there's a lot of properties. When you do you guys buy lots also?
Yeah, I'll take a look at a lot for sure.
Oh, so are you the buyer or are you one of the guys that work for the company?
I own the company, my investment company. I am the buyer.
Okay.
So we
Cool.
do buy and hold, we do fix and flips, and then we also wholesale deals when the situation is appropriate for it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do the same thing, but now as my ages will be, I'll say that's my excuse. But if I see a property where I'll make good money, I'll fix it.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. That's where we're at too.
But if I don't, yeah, because we had a house for like $288 and sold it for like $750.
Oh wow, that's a big spread.
Yeah, so that was
He killing the game. You better listen to his stories.
Yeah, that's what this other guy told me. His name is Jordan too. He said, "Oh, why you hit a home run?" I said, "No, it was a grand slam."
Ooh, nice.
We need to hire this guy.
It takes $750 is a lot of money.
Oh yeah, it's a lot.
For a fix and flip, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
over $250,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. How fast do you if you look at your stuff and see if you want it? How fast do you want to close?
We typically work on a 30 to 60 day timeline. Would that work for you?
No, that's too long, Jordan. That's much too long.
Could you give me at least 30 days?
Probably. It depends. Yeah. Well, it depends on my contract too.
Yeah.
Because if my contract's 30 days and yours is 30 days and mine's already 10 days over, it wouldn't work. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess that leads me to ask this question. Do you own all three of these properties or are you wholesaling them?
No, these are wholesaling.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, don't hang up, Jordan. Hello? Go ahead.
Did I just give you an AI layup?
Okay. I'll answer your phone call. Okay.
Did I just give you an AI lead that's a layup where this dude's just killing it?
All right. Okay, so I got the addresses. I appreciate you giving me some info. I think I'd like to gather a little bit more information just as far as the condition on each of them goes. But before I do ask you a few questions, I just kind of want to run you through how my process works. I'm just going to ask you those questions, gather a little bit more information, and that'll allow me to go and run my numbers and come back to you with an offer on each of these properties. Now, if that number makes sense for you, I can send over a purchase agreement that we can read through together and then sign. And as long as we're good with everything in the agreement, and then once signed, we'll send it over to a title company who will act as a third party between us, keep you protected as the seller and me as the buyer. And then we'll pick a closing date of your choosing for you to receive the money from the title company via check or bank wire. Does that all sound good?
Well, Jordan, in this case, we send out the contracts. Because we're gonna close it at wherever the state is.
Sure. So.
And we already got our title companies already put together.
Okay, so would you need to send me an assignment agreement, or would we be signing a purchase agreement between you and I?
No, you would be signing the purchase agreement.
Okay.
Yeah, but you don't have to do. You wouldn't have to do nothing. On the $30,000 property, you only have to put $1,000 on this money. And the other one is let me see. The one that's in Jackson, Mississippi. That one is $3,000, and the one that I got in Dallas, that's $5,000 earnest money. So you could look at it real closely if you want to get it as that, because it's not refundable. So you could look at it whatever you want to look at, and then if you want it, you'll sign it. I'll know you want it, because people, when they put down $100 for earnest money, I don't think they're going to buy nothing because it's happened before. So the reason we put like $5,000, $3,000, because we know you don't want to lose that, and we know we got a claim.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you do the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, When I'm wholesaling properties, I do require EMD, but when I am working with a seller and we are talking about the AB contract, I don't operate with earnest money in my purchase agreements. And I've been doing this for about 5.5 years, and I've really never posted an earnest money deposit in that entire time, and we've closed a lot of deals. So I understand from your perspective. I think the standard phrase is you have some skin in the game, but we don't operate that way. What we do, however, is if we wholesale these, we bring on our financial partner who will be closing the transaction. We do have them post the earnest money with the title company. So there would be a way for us to get the EMD put down. It would just not be coming from my company directly.
No, that's fine. But I'm saying, but I don't do assignments. I do direct contracts.
Yeah. So you do.
Purchase contracts.
So for these 3 addresses, you and I will be signing a purchase agreement, not an assignment.
Yes.
So in my head, that would mean that you are the owner of the properties, or would you be doing something like a double close on them? What's your situation going on with them?
Well, we would do a double close, but I'll pay for my side of my closing, and you guys would pay your side.
Okay.
Out of my profit, I'll pay for my closing if they have to be like that. I'm not worried about it because a lot of these properties, that I have now, I have them under contract, or they're assigned to me. But the properties that I sell that are mine will be under my name. But these right here are not under my name. When I mean under my name is I didn't buy them, and they're not in the Dallas appraisal or whatever. Mm-hmm. They're not in Texas. They're not under my name. I just got the contract. It's under contract.
Okay. All right. We can figure out the paperwork if we can agree on a price. So I just want to ask you a few questions, and if you have a little bit of time, I want to ask these questions about each property. Okay, so let's start with the Louisiana property. It looks like you said it might be a tear down, tarps on the roof. It will need roof repairs. Is there anything else about that one? I mean, when you tell me it's a tear down, that basically gives me all the information that I need. Do you think the structure is salvageable at all, or does it for sure need to be torn down?
Oh, no. I would say, no, you can fix it, but I'm just saying that, why spend so much money on the rehab when it's up to you, when you could invest it in a tear down. We have some pictures. I mean, there's like holes in the walls with the sheet fan. Whoever lives there is very nasty, the way they live.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So
the structure, the frame and all that, it was good, but I don't know. I would repair it myself, but most people don't want to put that kind of money in the houses.
Yeah.
But before I build anything, because that's what we do. We specialize in fixing garbage. I did a house in Dallas a few years back. There was a hole in the ceiling, no, in the roof. It went through the ceiling, the size of a car. So every time it rained, it got all in there, it got all moldy and this and that. We went there and tore everything out of the inside and rebuilt the house and sold it real quick. So most people don't do that. Most people see that and they'll say, this is not good, and they'll tear it all out. They'll build a new house. But before I spend that kind of money, I'll fix it. But not just anybody wants to do that.
Yeah. No, some people are.
Because we know how to do the work.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Right. I was gonna say, some people don't have the experience of fixing a nightmare house like that, and they just kind of want something they can go and put $20,000 into, upgrade, update, and then put on the market and sell on the back end. So, okay, you said the structure is fine. Is the foundation also in good shape right there in the Louisiana property?
Yeah, it's still good. It's just it just looks ghetto.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, it's no problem.
We have pictures. I do have pictures on that.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I can snag some photos for you after we hop off of this call for sure. A couple more questions about Louisiana. Is as far as the mechanicals go, the electrical, the plumbing, and the HVAC, do you know what kind of condition those are in?
No, but it works. Everything works.
Okay. All right. And last question. Well, I guess I'll ask you. Let me ask you that after I get the information from the other. Okay, so I have the info I need, I think, to run my numbers on Louisiana. I would like to ask you the same questions about Dallas and Jackson as well. So for the Dallas property, the 3-bed, 2-bath, you're asking 155 for it. How is the foundation and the structure on that property?
Oh, everything else, that house is pretty good. I'm just waiting on my buddy to give me the pictures. Yeah, he's in a Zoom meeting. He said he would give them to me. He would call me after he gets out of the meeting. I don't know what time that will be, but but that house is 1984 built. It's not that old.
Okay. Do you know information about the roof by chance? Do you know if it's in good condition or how old it is?
That I don't know, but I could ask him. But what I do know for sure, let me jump to this property. The Jackson MS, the roof is 5 years old. It's a brick house. The air conditioner, the AC unit on the outside, the condensing unit is 5 years old, and it's got an electric heater for the house.
Okay.
And the house is pretty good. We get pictures on that too.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, it's a brick house, 3-2.
Okay, let's see. For the Dallas property, do you know if the kitchen and the bathrooms have been updated recently?
I don't think so. Most houses, Jordan, that we get, that I buy or have them under a contract or assigned to me, we get them as is.
Mm-hmm.
And then we sell them and see if they want to. It all depends on the buyer how much you want to put into it. I don't know if they want to keep it fixed split, or I don't know if they want to hold them and rent them. So I don't never really put amounts on there because I don't know what they want to spend. I've spent $80,000, $90,000 on houses before, and then we've had other houses where we paid like $25,000, $30,000. So it all depends what you're going to do to it or what you're going to use it for.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So for Dallas, are the mechanicals in good shape as far as you know, the electrical, the plumbing, and the HVAC system?
Yeah, all that's good. If there's aluminum wire in there, I'll tell you. I won't hide nothing from you because I always like to do business with somebody as long as we can. So I'm not going to lie to you and then burn myself. I don't do that. I'm straight up.
I appreciate that. Okay, I think I have all the info I need for Dallas, and then for Jackson, just a couple more questions. How's the foundation and structure of the Jackson property?
The house is pretty good. It's pretty solid. It's just, I don't know. On that one, you can do cosmetics if you want, whatever you want to do. But I have pictures I can show you on that one too.
Okay, and you've seen the pictures?
No, I can't see. I'm blind. My wife did.
Oh, okay. Understood. I didn't realize you were all the way blind. I know you said you had some problems with your eyesight.
No, I'm 100% blind. But I still do my work, and I'm good at what I do. You'll see.
Oh, it sounds like you're very experienced. I don't doubt that at all. How long ago, if you don't mind my asking, how long ago did you lose your eyesight?
Well, around 4 years ago, around there.
Okay.
But Jordan, I'm 67 years old right now. I've got 67 in February. When I was 13, I started working in renovations. I was 13. I started painting for this guy across the street. It was called Calumet Home Builders. He used to build houses and remodel, full rehabs. And I painted for him. And then I was a helper, so I would carry the shingles up on the roofs. And then as time went by, electrical, plumbing, doors, floors, windows, decks, foundation, structure, you name it. And then I did it for many, many decades, and then I stopped. But I can walk you through a house and tell you exactly where every stud is, every floor choice is, every ceiling choice is, what everything should go, the electrical boxes, whatever, you name it. I'd say, hey, you put an exterior box on the outside, you have to run cable there, and it's got to be 6. When you put the ground, the ground and the ground, you can use 1/2 inch or 5/8. When you pound that in there, it's like 8 or 9 foot long. Then you put a wire to that, and you got to double ground it, and you got to go up 6 feet more. So I can tell you step by step everything that goes in the house because I've done it so long.
Yeah. No, I don't doubt that. That's awesome.
I can even rebuild the commode without looking. I've done it, and I can install water heater without looking. Blind.
That's awesome. I need to learn how to do some of the stuff like that. My wife and I intend to start flipping out here in Utah pretty soon. I would say in the next like 6 to 12 months, we'd like to do our first project. And yeah, it would be nice to know how to do some of the work myself for sure. So I think that's awesome.
It's better so you don't have to, because you save money like that.
Yeah.
You know, you might do something for 30,000. You might do a real good job at a house for 30 grand. It's extra 80,000. So that 50,000 you can spend it on yourself and your wife.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let me see. I'm gonna gather a couple more bits of information about Jackson, and then I can go and run my numbers. For the Jackson property, do you know if the kitchen and bathrooms have been updated recently, or will those need some cosmetic updates?
No. I don't think none of it's been updated, but we have pictures. When we send you the pictures, you could look at it.
Okay.
But I don't think so, because I've been doing this for a long time, and when you get those kind of prices, people don't usually do that. Once in a while, somebody might die or somebody, and then they just got to fix themselves, and then they have to get rid of the house because they don't want memories or whatever, and that's when you luck out. But more than likely, when those kind of numbers come in, people don't really do nothing to them.
Yeah, no, for sure. I understand. Last question for Jackson specifically is just about the mechanicals on this one. The electrical, plumbing, and HVAC is all in good condition as far as you know?
Yeah, as far as I know, that the Mississippi house, yeah. Well, you'll see the pictures, you'll know. You'll see. But the Jackson, the roof is fine, the AC is fine, remember I told you?
Yep.
And it's got an electrical system.
Okay. Yeah, for the heat. Understood. I got that in my notes here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All brick, I think it's a 3-2. Yeah, if anything, I'd say you would probably just need cosmetics.
Okay.
It's up to you to paint it. What I do is I paint it, like I would paint the inside. I would. And change all the ceiling fans and the light fixtures and the water faucets and the flooring, depending on what kind of flooring's in there. And faucets, that's the kind of rehabs we would do, make everything match.
Okay. Yeah. No, I like the idea of that. All right. Well, Juan, I appreciate greatly your willingness to give me all of the information on these 3 properties. If you can give me typically it takes me about 5 minutes to run my numbers on one property. We got 3 here, and I want to make sure I'm able to run my numbers on all 3 of them. Are you available in about 10 to 15 minutes if I give you a call back after I look at my numbers on these?
How about if you give me half an hour, because I have calls coming in. I just told this guy to hold on till I'm done with you. Call me back in 10 minutes.
All right.
So,
well, that works for me. I can call you back in 30, but if you'll do me a favor, don't sign any contracts with anybody and let me be the last person you talk to, okay?
Yeah, that'll work. I keep my word. You'll see.
Right.
We have, like I said, we have a lady that wants to buy the house in, Louisiana. But I don't listen to people when they say, yeah, wait a couple of days, because wait a couple of days could be a couple of years.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. You know what they say is time kills all deals. So I'll make sure to get you an offer on all 3 of these properties today. And I'll plan on giving you a call in about 30 minutes from now. I'll go ahead and run my numbers, and then we can discuss a price for each of the properties, and hopefully we can do some business together, sir.
Okay. I was going to say, send me a text and say, this is Jordan from Utah, and then I'll put you in my contacts. Okay. If we don't do nothing this time, don't worry about it. I always got properties.
Sure.
We'll make something happen.
Absolutely. No, I would love to do that. And you know what, as I'm thinking about it, this is actually my work line. So I will send you a WhatsApp message. I'll say this is Jordan from Utah, but it will be coming from an 801 number.
Okay, that's your personal?
Yep.
That'll work. That way I can talk to you on the side.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I'll get that sent over as soon as we hang up here, and then I'll go ahead and run my numbers on these properties, and I'll give you a call in about 30 minutes.
Okay, what time is it right now?
For me, it is about to be 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock, okay. Okay, well, I don't know what time it is here, but we're probably 1 hour before you.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
Okay.
All right, sir.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Send me the text and I'll have everything ready for you.
All right. I appreciate you, Juan. I will talk to you soon.
Okay, thanks, Jordan.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye. Holy. All right. Let me send this guy a quick WhatsApp. Sounds like we'll be daisy chaining those.
Yeah, that guy's got some stories for you.
For real, he is a talker. Nice guy, though.
You off the phone?
Yep. Just about to go run numbers on these 3 properties. Got to send him a WhatsApp message real quick.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's take a look at these, shall we? And I can also make it work with my first call from the day. But he wants to close 48 hours. It's my favorite.
Did you ask why?
Yeah, he got burned by another holder recently. He's been locked up like 2 months and closed. He said he's not doing that again.
Well, tell him you only lock him up for 1 month and waste his time then.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not.
Come on, Charlie.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Dang, Louisiana's a non-disclosure state? What the hell?
Como? Como?
Alright, let's see. If we try to pull this up in Propelio, potentially. Holy shit, that's really in my inbox right now. Buyer for Concord just sent me an assignment agreement to sign.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I guess.
For how much? I gotta go. I gotta go, so I need these numbers on the live. How much?
If I sign that assignment, it'll be a $75,000 fee.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Hey,
That'll be total I don't know math today.
What are we at? 177.
Hey, just sign the contract.
87.
Just sign it so we can get it. Hey guys, but I gotta go because my wife's got a doctor's appointment. I'm gonna leave in here, but I'm gonna keep it recording because as you guys can see, I just sent you edits from yesterday to each of you guys so you can post them and we can collaborate on them. So I'm gonna keep this going so we can do the same thing tomorrow. So I gotta head out. I appreciate you guys. Hey, congrats. Make a big deal about that, Jordan, because that's awesome, right? That's a huge deal. So congrats to you. And I'll be on here a little bit later or I'll be back tomorrow.
All right. Sounds good, brother. I appreciate you, my man.
Oh, love it, brother. Love it. All right. Y'all take care.
You too, bro.
Have a good rest of your day.
All right.
Peace. Let's see. You know if Propelio works in Louisiana? Looks like it does, I think. Let's see. They don't. Golly. Privy, maybe? Oh, yeah, that's a beat-up little shack for sure. Golly. Those comps aren't promising. How the hell did that one sell for $267,000, bro? What the heck? Wait, are we looking at multifamily? What the hell? Let's see. About 950 square feet. Probably needs full rehab.
I gotta get out of here in a few too.
Alright.
Just gotta make sure get shit fucking closed, bro.
I feel you.
We're about in a very big week.
Yeah. Are you busy throughout the day?
I should be good to answer calls. You need me?
I might holler at you about this guy's assignment because I'd like to sign my assignment. I typically don't anybody else's assignment, but like for a deal this big, do I make an exception? I don't know. need to be like 15,000 for Louisiana property. Let's run this comp in Dallas, Texas.
Let me call this guy. I'll try this guy, and then I will get out of here. One here. There we go.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated. Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging.
Hey.
Your call has been forwarded to an.
All right, let's do this soapbox, bro. You ready? You want me to start?
You can start. I'm just sending a text real quick.
Okay. So, guys, you got to be careful with the words that come out of your mouth. The words you say to yourself and the words that come out of your mouth, because they are very powerful. I was with one of my mentors last night. We were feeding homeless people. And when we were done, we were sitting down for dinner, just having a conversation about life and business, and all of it. And what we were talking about is just how powerful your words can be and how easy it is to get stressed out when you make things stressful. But stress is just an illusion. So instead of getting stressed out, you got to just detach yourself from whatever it is that's going on. Understand whatever problem you have going down, it's probably not as big as it really seems. It's just there. Like it's big because you think it's big. It's bad because you think it's bad. And you could talk about getting sued. You could talk about going to war. There's many high stress situations that people go in, but the way that they're able to control it is by basically making the picture for themselves realize it's not as stressful as they think it is. So you guys just got to make sure, like, you can't go into a day, like, if you know you have a lot on your plate, you know you're going to be busy. Don't say I'm going to be busy today, because now you are going to be busy and you're going to be stressed and you're going to not be in a good energy. But if you're like, no, I got a lot to get done today and I'm going to conquer every last bit of it, then it all gets done. And by the time you're done with it, you feel fucking amazing. So just make sure you guys are conscious of the words you say to yourself, the words that you say out loud, and make sure you're trying to have positive things that come out of your mouth, not negatives. Don't call yourself dumb. Don't call yourself stupid. Don't say you can't do stuff. You can do whatever you set your mind to. You just got to be willing to fucking change that mindset and change the framework that your mind thinks in. So I'll leave you guys with that today. You're muted, Jordan.
My bad. I love it, bro. What's on Jordan's mind today? I think it's a reiteration just because I have the biggest assignment that I will have ever done sitting in my email right now. I think I talked about this either yesterday or the day before, and it was in regards to just staying in the game, right? Not ducking out when the times get tough, not getting scared and running for security to a 9-to-5 because some deals fell through and the bank account's getting a little tight. Had I personally, over the last 60 days, our business had $35,000 assigned, ready to close across 3 deals, and every one of those deals fell apart. We were able to collect a 5K EMD from one of them, but the other 2 just fell apart. So I think there's a lot of people who would have taken that experience, gotten frustrated, saw the bills coming in, and just turned off the machine and went and found something else to do, whether that's another entrepreneurial pursuit or whether that's just going to get a 9-to-5 job to provide that stability. But this is an example for me that I'm recognizing and that I'll share with y'all is like, if I would have quit because that happened, I wouldn't be able to get here to work on this deal that I'm working, which will be an incredibly massive assignment and really will just kind of change the game for the business as a whole and set us up for a really strong back half of the year. So whatever you're doing, man, if it's wholesaling, if it's fix and flips, if it's buying holds, if it's, I don't know, you're running PPC campaigns for investors, whatever you're doing, just keep going. I read Alex Hormozy said something. He said, entrepreneurship is basically a game of longevity, seeing who can stay in the game the longest. It's not who's better than who, it's who has the resolve to grind it out when it gets hard and then reap the benefits when the rewards show up. So whatever you're doing, keep going, keep pushing, don't quit. You're almost to the goal. You'll get there eventually, inevitably. Keep it up, keep grinding.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Everybody go have a good rest of your day. Crush the end of your fucking week. And I will see you guys back here tomorrow. Peace out, y'all.
Hey, let's go. Deuces.